Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your daily Reiki micro session. We are going to do 5 minutes of Reiki, followed by 5 minutes of free-for-all questions and/or cards or messages of the day. For the Reiki, I am setting the intention for whatever will benefit each of you the most as individuals. If you would like to adjust the Reiki for something that is more specific for yourself, feel free to go ahead and do that. For those of you who are watching this after the fact, please know that you can still receive the Reiki and get just as much benefit from it, even after this transmission is no longer live. All right, so let's just get this Reiki started. So we're starting Reiki at, let's see, 14:57 here Mountain Time. That means we will finish up at 2 after the hour. Hello there, Marham. Welcome, welcome. I'm fantastic, my dear. How are you? We've got 4 more minutes of Reiki left. Somebody has a lot of anger that's being healed up with the Reiki. A lot of anger that they've been holding on to a long time. Hello there, Sequoia. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. How are you today? This anger has really affected this person's thoughts and their thought patterns. It's also affected how they speak to other people along with their heart chakra. So this is pretty extreme. So much going on. All right, well, you know how the questions work, honey bunny. Right now we've got 3 more minutes until Reiki is complete. Glad to hear that you are great, Sequoia. How are you? Oh, you just told me you're great, didn't you? Gotta watch me. I'm fantastic, my dear. I'm living in a snow globe today. Two more minutes on the Reiki. Did you guys get notifications? There's some other people that I'm surprised they're not here because they were just on the last video. Hey, S. Sands. Hello, hello. Gotcha. That's what's going on then, because Rena's usually here for Reiki. She was just in the predictions. One more minute of Reiki. Whoever the Reiki was helping to deal with some anger a couple of minutes ago, I think you may be crying right about now. There's a lot of love going into those same places where that anger was something that was being worked with before. For whoever that was, this is going to be a major change in your life, in your perspective. You should expect that you'll see things differently, not only around the person that caused so much anger and hurt, but in general in your perspective around people and life. Cool, right. Thank you, Mariam. One more minute of Reiki. And that minute is gone. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Alrighty. Who's going to be first for COD or MOD or question of the day? COD for Sequoia. We're going to go ahead and start with the Lenormand. Yes, Sam the Malachite wants to do your MOD. We'll grab that in a minute. Sequoia, your house card is the letter. And your cover card is the man. Ooh, baby. Okay, so Sequoia, without having more cards to clarify this a little bit, there is something going on with messaging or with a letter or notification that is going back and forth between you and a man. So this is either you sending somebody a letter or a notification or text or whatever, or them sending one to you. This could be going either direction with just 2 cards. Okay, I hope that makes sense for you. SC and MOD. Honey, now don't just give words. You have to tell me your specific question, Marham. What is your specific question about Nelson? I could spend like 20 minutes giving a word. You're quite welcome, Sequoia. Stands, we're looking at Malachite for you, honey, for your MOD. Sand. How do you eat an elephant, honey bunny? One bite at a time. You've got some things going on that feel really overwhelming to you. The Malachite is basically saying divide that up into reasonable portions to deal with, and deal with each reasonable portion one at a time, and you'll be just fine. Just fine, not just fine. I hope that makes sense for you. Marham's still waiting for your specific question, honey. Okay, what does Marham need to know about Nelson and the type of person that Nelson is? Wow, he's a straight up loner. That's the first thing that jumps out at me for this. He's got 2 cards that talk about loner, Marham. This card, which does talk about solitude, quiet, really looking within, not being around people. And this card, which talks about getting away from civilization and out into nature. Okay, now, he is very responsible. He has a job. Excuse me. The other thing you need to know, excuse me a minute. Sorry, frog in my throat. The other thing you need to know, we've got the Queen of Bows showing up here. I do think he has somebody who he is romantically attached to. With that Queen of Bows, it's not that he's not free and single. Let's say that. He's attached to somebody in some way. I don't think he's actually married. And I do think that he may have children with her. He's definitely considering whether he wants to. I think he's considering whether I think these 2 are separated, okay? Because he shows up as being the loner here. So I think that these 2 are separated. And he's considering whether he wants to go out away from where his home is and set up some kind of new family unit. So right now, this is just what he's thinking about. He's thinking about, do I make a change or do I not make a change? He's not very steady. He's not very sure. If you're thinking about dating this person, I would say don't. Wait until he actually knows what he wants. Otherwise, he's going to have your mind in a twisted fog in no time at all. And it probably will be a ride that continues and continues and continues. You'll feel like you're traveling down the long lost highway and you won't even be able to see your way off of it. Let him get some more stability underneath himself. I hope that makes sense for you, dear. Hello there, kinks and curls. Will your finances get better? By when? We have to have a timeline on that. You know, everything works in cycles. Sooner or later it will. Will kinks and curls finances get better by the end of February? You've got some interesting cards. I'm going to tell you that this is a yes. First of all, you're dealing with the devil here, so I don't know if you're like giving money to somebody who's like being really wasteful with it, or if this is, you know, that you have some bad budgeting practices or what's going on here. But as far as finances, you know, this is a problem that you're going to have to get a grip on. You've got the Four of Clubs showing up right after that in reverse. So with that combined with the devil, I would say that this is somebody outside the home that has you spending money. That can be really hard to have control over that type of situation. But I also have the Four of Coins showing up in the middle. So you are going to be able to stash some money away. You've got the Moon showing up in reverse. There is some kind of truth coming out. All right. I'm going to tell you, I feel like that truth coming out goes back to the devil. Whether this is bad budgeting practices on your part or whether this is somebody that you're spending money on that's far away, the truth is coming out here about this situation. So you're able to look at it really honestly and then decide what you want to do about it. Now, this can be talking about internal conflict to make things better, or it can actually be talking about if this devil is a person that is outside of your home, this can be talking about having a fight with that person. That part of the reason your finances get better is because you have the fight, you have the words. You say, you know what, I think it's ridiculous that you expect me to pay your car payment or you expect me to pay your phone bill. How often do I actually hear from you? How often do I actually see you? Why would I do that? That does not make sense. So this to me looks like for your finances to get better, there's going to be some legwork that you have to put in with facing whatever this is. Okay. And if this is your own bad budgeting practices, then this would be you fighting to figure out what are better budgeting practices and how do I actually enforce those in my life? How do I make myself do those? If it's not a person that's giving you trouble outside the home. Okay. So will they get better? Yes. Is it going to be easy? No. It is going to take you really doing some work, seeing the truth about something so that you can make the adjustments and doing some work. I know Rena was talking to people earlier. I don't know why the notification didn't come now. Gotcha. Peace out, Rena. Okay, so if you've got bad budget issues, this can be that debt that you owe the bank if that seems like an overwhelming debt. All right. This could be talking about that it's a debt for the home or for the house or household or maybe even a debt for a family. This could be a debt like if, say, that you bailed somebody out of jail, this would be that type of debt that you might still have, that you might still owe the bank for or whatever. This card, though, does talk about saving money away. I think you're going to be adjusting your budget. You're going to be finding ways to save money away because you want to create a little bit of an emergency cushion at the same time that you're getting rid of this guy. Okay. Yep. Truth coming out with this case, if we're just looking at a bank thing, truth coming out can be you finding ways to pay this off more quickly. This could be finding you know, a lower interest rate to pay that off with, something that's going to make things easier on you, with truth coming out. And then the Five of Swords would be, you know, fighting to get things cleared up and made better. This card talks about things not being easy. There's also a lot of swords in here. There's a lot of creativity. There's a lot of thought. There's a lot of strategy in here. Okay. So yes, it's going to improve. It's not going to be like money falls in your lap. I don't see anything about an inheritance or a lottery win or even gifts from other people. This is going to improve simply by you taking the bull by the horns and making it improve. Right? Gotcha. All right. So that timer did go off while I was looking at kinks and curls. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you very much for sharing this video and getting the word out about me to so many people. It is because of your support that I am able to do what I love to do for a living. I will see you guys next time. Peace out.